Welcome to Monkey See,
Monkey Review.
where this week we are going with episode 8 of What If? What If Ultron Won?
That's right. So time out. If you guys have not watched that episode, please go watch it. Come back because the spoilers will commence now.
Bro.
What a great episode.
Dude, this episode was so incredible. Like from start to end, story was great. Characters are great. The post-apocalyptic world of Ultron and universe of Ultron was great. And all the Easter eggs that there are potentially now incorporating into the multiverse is insane.
It's crazy.
So, yeah, super psyched about this episode. Loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. So, dude, I could go on about it for like a good hour. Mm-hmm. But I will save y'all the time. Yeah. Starting off, like, very first thing you see is Hawkeye and Black Widow, and she's talking to Hawkeye over the comm. And you see all these Ultron sentries flying in, and they have cut communication so that they can't send out for more help. And all of a sudden, like, she's luring them into a trap, and all of a sudden you see Hawkeye disappear with the Harry Potter cloak.
Well, he comes out of the shadows at first and just straight up takes out a whole fleet of them.
Yeah.
Just bam, 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 bam. Because Hawkeye don't miss.
Right, and Hawkeye's just like gunning them down, like boom, 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 boom.
With the metal arm.
Yes, he went full on Bucky Barnes on us.
He did.
I really want to go back and like really look at the arm in some still shots and see if they're not like Ultron arms that they've like salvaged.
That's what I thought, that it had to be something like that, because obviously
it's a very different than what we saw Bucky with.
Yeah, because obviously in this universe, everyone died except for them.
Yes.
At this point, you learn that here in a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has the full metal arm, and then he has the cloak from Harry Potter where he just disappears.
Yeah, like all of a sudden they're like, you see him pan over and they see him, and then all of a sudden he turns his back and does this little thing with this cloak, and he like becomes invisible, and they're just like, they go in looking for him, they cannot find him, and then he just takes out like 4 of them with an arrow, not with the bow, just the arrow,
takes them out,
and just goes to town. I mean, it was freaking awesome. Like, dude, this right here. And he also has the Ronin haircut.
Yep.
The mohawk, the mohawk eye. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so...
it was good.
It was awesome, dude. Like, I was so excited about this episode.
Yeah, so they finally kill all the Ultron bots.
Yes.
Sentries.
They clear out.
And finally find out where they're home. And but then we cut back to how this universe began, what was different, right?
Yeah.
So Vision did not become Vision
right
in this universe. Ultron won, where he got to take over the body of Vision.
Yes.
And become...
He got the perfect body he was creating synthetically.
Yep. So he... full dominance.
Yeah.
Over everybody.
Yeah, after that, he was just like, okay, I'm pretty much indestructible. And he literally launched all the nuclears at one time.
Killed all of the Avengers.
Wiped out... I'm probably going to say most of the planet, if not all of them, except for, of course, Hawkeye and,
because they were in the
they were in the Quinjet.
Yeah, trying to destroy the satellites.
Yes.
But yeah, so he kills all the Avengers.
Takes them out.
Everybody. Nukes the whole planet. And then thinks he's done.
Mm-hmm.
Then who pops up and decides to screw up everything?
Thanos.
Yep.
The big daddy. Big purple boy.
So how about 2 seconds?
Right.
Thanos is dead.
Dude, like, for real, like, I was so mad. I was just like, okay, first off, that's pretty awesome. But you're telling me that if y'all would have just put Vision on the front line instead of trying to hide his Mind Stone,
Yeah, exactly.
he could have just took down everybody?
Slice?
Guys, we missed it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Y'all think of what you've got in the arsenal and then put it to use. This would have made Infinity War and Endgame so much quicker.
Well, you got to think of who's controlling that, right?
I know.
So Vision doesn't want to do harm.
Right.
Doesn't want to kill.
I get it.
But obviously has potential to do so.
Obviously.
Within the body. Yeah, so
Which gives me a little bit more excited for what we can see potentially come out of White Vision when he makes his reappearance in the regular MCU.
Yeah, because they kind of tease a lot of things in this series as a whole for what might happen in the MCU coming up, hopefully.
Yes, yes.
But I've seen so many memes of the scene where Vision dies.
Yeah.
Where they're like, bro, you can do that. Like, What just happened?
Right. Like, I'm serious. Like, it's one of those things where you're just like, oh, y'all.
All right, good job, bro.
Good job. Like, good job, team.
Yeah.
Y'all dropped the ball.
Yeah. So, yeah,
So it was incredible.
it was.
Then we get the Watcher who's like telling us what happened and things like that. And then we find out that Ultron, after he takes on the Infinity Stones, he creates a suit of armor for
Which
them,
is his iconic Ultron.
Yes, it is.
suit.
It is a very Ultron. It's a suit of armor around the Vision body that looks like Ultron, and even has like the face that slides down, like we saw with Tony Stark's mask and Iron Man. Thought it was incredible.
Yeah.
Loved it. So we move on, and we find out that Ultron has now decided Earth is not just his only mission.
Once he gets the Infinity Stones, he becomes enlightened that it's not just his planet.
Yes.
There's a universe out there that needs to be free.
Yes.
Needs to have peace.
Yes. So
And he kills
everybody.
everybody.
I mean, dude,
Everybody.
how incredible was it when he's sitting there? He's just going mowing down everybody as he goes through, just like
With
bam,
ease.
bam, planets.
Complete ease.
Like
Even
he doesn't even sit there and take the time to rebuild an army. He just conjures them straight out of the reality stone. Just like boom. It's amazing.
even takes out Captain Marvel.
Yeah, just no problem either. Just like she's
I've
down.
already won.
Yeah,
And then just
yeah.
everyone's dead.
So he literally goes out from there and takes the entire universe on and shuts it all down, just destroys everyone, every living thing, and then stands there and goes, "Well, what do you do once you've fulfilled your programming?" And like we see the Watcher standing behind him, Uatu the Watcher. He's like, and he's talking about that, and then Ultron. You see him kind of like
he
turn
finally
his head.
reaches a point of enlightenment
Yeah.
where then he finally realizes something else, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
And then, who said that?
Who said that? He turns around and he's like, "No, that's impossible." Uatu's like, "No, there's no way." And he's like, he does this little maneuver, and he's standing in like a crystal hallway,
Yeah.
watching
Looking
all
at
the different
each
universes
point. Yeah.
and in this crystal, which really makes me, being the big comic book nerd, I'm like, okay, are we looking through the Mcron crystal, which was a portal in the 70s for the X-Men they used to travel the multiverse?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, is this the hallway to all these different realities?
It seems
It seems
that is
that
the
way.
case with
So
how they had it designed.
yeah, so I'm 100% in at this point because there's been a lot in just that. There's a lot of rumors that X-Men are coming in soon. Fingers crossed. So getting the mutations and whatnot, but he kind of freaks out. He's like, okay, no, shuts it down, and then Ultron just like phases into his reality. He's just like, oh,
Well, he goes back to Natasha and them trying to find the answer to kill Ultron
yes,
in this universe, in their reality. And then he's debating amongst himself of, should I intervene? The answer's right there. No, I can't. Blah, blah, blah.
right,
Then finally they get the answer to what they're looking for, which is Dr. Zola.
Zoloff.
Zola.
Zola. What was his name? Zola. Dr. Zola. Yeah.
Because he's the AI that can compete.
Which we saw in Captain America, Winter Soldier.
Yes.
So
But apparently there are 2 copies
at least 2 copies,
that we know of now.
which gets me excited because we could see him return in the
Yes,
MCU.
because he is no longer dead in the MCU, according to this.
Right.
There's a second copy at the Soviet,
at Moscow.
in Moscow there, in the Winter Soldier program base.
Yes.
So,
That was very, very exciting because, okay, we just got Zola back. We just found out that there are other facilities where there is a lot more, because there was hallways upon hallways of just boxes of the intelligence and redacted information and all this. So it was really cool to see that and the potential for that and what that could play out if we bring some of that into the actual MCU.
Yeah.
So moving forward, we go from there, and it's like, okay, here comes Iwatu and Vision / Ultron.
Yeah, he just pops up in there and just goes
Yeah.
to town. That was one of the coolest scenes too.
Yes.
When they finally start battling, and Ultron, finds his way out.
Yes.
Made it there finally. So I'm not sure how long it took him once he realized the Watcher was there.
Mm-hmm.
How long it took him to get to that point, right? Because
Right.
he said finally, I made it, right? So that whole fight scene though, where they're going through the multiverse,
Dude.
it just bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
That was incredible.
Dude, so did you catch the Star Wars references in it?
I did not.
Okay, so there is a planet for our Star Wars people that there is a scene where it looks like they're on Mustafar, and you can see Darth Vader's castle in the background.
Okay.
There also is another scene where it looks like they're on Felucia, which was the planet in of Revenge of the Sith. That was a very flora and fauna kind of planet where they shot the Twi'lek Jedi down. It was so cool to see that play out because I hope they don't cross them, but it was cool that they could even bring that in
Just a nod out.
just as a nod out for us nerds who were just like, okay, we're down.
It was cool. Even seeing all the different versions of the cities that they were
Yes.
at,
And we saw Steve Rogers actually getting sworn in as the president of
Yep.
the United States in one timeline, which I am in love with. I think that's a great idea. So,
that right there alone, that whole scene right there alone,
yeah.
a lot of spoilers,
Yes.
a lot of Easter eggs,
lots
of
of Easter-
potential.
Like, I feel like we could literally go back and watch this and come up with another 20-minute video of just the Easter eggs in this.
It was cool. It was well done. I mean, how much they put into that
Yeah. Oh,
in
yeah.
such a small time frame
Oh,
within
yeah.
that battle.
Oh, yeah. It was beautiful. And, of course, I love the part where Iwatu is just like, oh, you think I'm just watching things?
No.
He does this little Super Saiyan power up move and like goes full armor. I'm down. Like, do this, and then we have a literal throwdown for a minute or two.
And it ends with Ultron basically kicking his butt.
Yeah,
And he goes to hide.
So we see the Watcher just like disappear, go to lick his wounds, and Ultron goes back to the hallway that we saw the Watcher in earlier, and he's just like, oh, there's so much more to do, essentially. And we see Iwatu talking to someone explaining his side, and out of the shadows steps Doctor Strange Supreme from episode 5. And he's like, oh, so you're no longer just going to watch.
I need you to say it.
Yes.
Are you ready to break your oath?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, dude. Like, at that point, I was just like, I was hollering. I was like, yes.
So
The
we have
dimensional.
one more episode, right?
We have one last episode, episode 9.
Y'all can surprise us with 3 or 4 more.
I mean, I would not complain.
'Cause I feel like this is a lot to wrap up.
in one last
one
episode.
episode,
This
yeah.
episode is going to have to probably be 35 to 40 minutes.
Gotta be, especially if they bring in everybody.
Right.
Because, we leave Natasha and them where Hawkeye basically
Hawkeye
gives
sacrifices
up.
himself. He's
Yep.
just like, I'm tired of fighting, and just takes it and falls to his death, much in a very similar way that we saw Natasha in Endgame.
So he saves her, and heartbreaking. But then we see Dr. Zoloff
Yeah.
and Natasha, and it's like, well, why couldn't we connect to the hive mind, right, to stop him, where they can battle Ultron?
Yep.
He's not in this foreseeable universe,
Right.
as what we can see and tell. So
Right. Yeah. I'm 100% for this whole episode. Like, there was not one part of this episode that I was not like fanboying over and just hollering about. So what we see is what I've been saying from the jump of this season. Like, we're going to get a multi-dimensional, multiversal Avengers crew to take on Ultron and the power that he has.
And it looks like it's not going to be anybody from our main MCU timeline, minus maybe Natasha, because she's technically the only one that's still alive.
Right. I think we'll see her come over. We're definitely going to get Captain Carter. We've already seen new pictures of her show up, which again, spoiler alert, where she doesn't just have the red Union Jack flag on her uniform. She has it's silver now, so she really embraces the Union Jack and the Captain Carter persona, which I'm 100% in. Then we already have seen Doctor Strange Supreme. We know Party Thor is going to be a part of this because we've seen scenes with them two together, and Thor goes, "Ooh, zombies!"
Yeah, we already know that because Ultron pops up
Yes.
at the end of that episode. So
Yeah, so we
that's
know
all
we're getting
automatically
him.
tied in, yeah.
So there's going to be a lot of other characters that are all coming together too.
We have to have Howard the Duck again.
If we don't get Howard the Duck, bro, I'm so mad.
All right, so I need some closure with that whole thing.
Right. Like, I want to see Darcy holding a baby blanket with an egg in it.
Yeah.
Like, I really want this to happen now because this has been presented to us. I didn't know I wanted it until I saw it. Now I'm like, yeah, I need this.
Once you go duck, you don't go back.
Right. This is, if you don't go duck, you're out of luck.
Yeah, that's
so,
what
so I'm super stoked, man. Like, I know I keep saying that, but it's like I'm losing words to say how excited I am about this
the
episode.
only thing that's gonna stink is that after this we have nothing else to watch. One more episode.
Yeah, we have no.
Sad.
Yeah, we're gonna be very upset about this. We'll definitely be breaking down some other. We can always go back and watch some WandaVision. Like I've already started watching Loki again.
Loki is good.
My kid walked in the other morning. He's like, "Let's watch Loki." I was like, "Bro, that's all I gotta hear." So,
All right. So,
this episode.
what would you rate this episode?
This episode, this is a 4.8 episode. Just because I think I think next week's going to be better. I really do. I think next week's going to be over the top, just crazy. And there's so many rumors going on where, and again, spoiler potential, so this is going to ruin it, any future movies, hold off. But in Doctor Strange 2, Multiverse of Madness, there's already talk that the Illuminati's going to show up and they're all going to possess potentially one of the Infinity Stones, which would make complete sense that they are going to take them from the multiverse and be able to bring them back. And we're going to get Captain Carter and things like that. So I could see all these characters from this multi-dimensional universal Avengers crew come together and all be part of the Illuminati to help protect the multiverse.
Yeah.
So I think that is what we're going to get. So I'm saying 4.8 because I think there's this setting up so much for some incredible stuff coming forward.
I'd agree with a 4.8.
Yeah.
I just hope that they finish well.
Yes.
Because, like, Falcon and the Winter Soldier,
Yeah.
the second to last episode, incredible.
Right.
Loved it.
Yes.
Last episode,
such a downhill.
If you guys are here, I need you to stay there, but go up a little bit more and finish it out.
Give me a 5.
Yeah, give me a 5.
Give me the full-on perfect score of what we need for but like everything about this episode was perfect in my opinion. Like the pacing, the characters, the story, just the tugs at the heartstrings with Clint.
This was the best episode minus the second episode.
See, I would even go as far as to say I think this was the best episode because it brings in light and dark.
Yeah, it was good.
So I mean, the whole Starchala episode was in the feels.
It was a fun episode. It was different.
It was
fun.
It was a great episode for a completely different reason.
I hope we get him back.
We will. I'm calling it now. Starchala is coming back. He's going to be part of the multi-dimensional Avengers crew. I'm so stoked.
Should be good though.
Absolutely. So, guys, do us a favor. Like this video.
Subscribe.
Leave some comments. Let's talk about it. Tell me your favorite Easter egg in this episode, because let me tell you, it was packed with them.
It definitely was.
Yeah. So we love you guys. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye, guys.